today I am here to talk about some games for beginners for the N64 that also happen to be budget friendly and can give you an idea of what the system's all about. So I have 5 games that I'm going to talk about today. Just remember, this is my own personal opinion. In fact, these are probably not what a lot of people's first 5 to come to mind would be. But like I said, it's my own personal opinion. I think that these games encapsulate what the console's about pretty well. And so let's, without further ado, get right into it. The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. When people say this is one of the best games ever made, they're right. It's true. It really is one of the best games ever made. It's a great Zelda game. It's a great adventure game. It's a great puzzle game. It's just a great game all around. A great combat game too, although it's been done better in other Zelda games. I mean, Breath of the Wild, for instance, does combat amazingly. But anyway, we're getting sidetracked here. So it's an amazing game. It's only around $30. If you can only get one game for the N64, this is the game to get. Extremely action-packed, great game, budget-friendly. So that should definitely be your first or one of your first games for the system. Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards. I don't know if it's going to focus in on it there, but basically this game is a hidden gem in my opinion. It's very simple, it's very fun to play. It's actually one of the most difficult Kirby games in my opinion. It's definitely not, not like Kirby's Adventure, which was really easy to beat. This actually poses a decent challenge. It only goes for around $20 to $35, so it kind of jumps around in price. That's what I've seen anyway. But it's definitely a very good game. There aren't a whole lot of games like this on the N64, because this is basically a traditional Kirby game with 3D graphics, but still on a 2D, it's like a 3D experience on rails, basically. That's the best way to explain it. And for what it is, it's really good. There aren't a lot like it on the N64, and if you have a chance, I would definitely get this game. So yeah. Blast Corps. So basically, Blast Corps is an incredibly bad game. And so you're probably wondering why I would recommend an incredibly bad game to you. And I would recommend it because it's honestly a really fun game. Even though it's a little broken, the controls are the graphics are it's just all eh. It's still, a really fun game to play. And, I'd say that it's only like $5 to get. It's like a $5 game. It's definitely worth an addition to the collection, in my opinion. It would really give you an idea, like, this is basically the average N64 game. Kirby and Zelda, those guys are in a different league. This is what most games you run into on the N64 are gonna be like. So, I mean, I would check this guy out. It's very cheap, very budget friendly, and it's a fun enough game to play. Star Fox 64. Now, Star Fox 64 is actually a lot cheaper than you think it would be. I usually see it for around $15 to $20. There's some people who will try and sell it for $30, but it usually doesn't go much higher than that. And for what it is, it's actually, it's really budget friendly. It's a great game. Most people consider it the best game in the Star Fox series, and I've played through the whole thing a couple of times, and I definitely, I don't know if I'd agree with that 100%. I played Star Fox Assault when I was younger, and I really liked that one, but I haven't played it more recently, so I can't give a fair opinion on it. But as far as played recently, this is definitely my personal favorite of the series as well. But if I revisit Assault, then maybe that will be challenged. But anyway, it's a cheap game. The only thing I will say is that you do need the Rumble Pack for it, which is an extension for the controller. But besides that, it's definitely a cost-effective, awesome game, fun to play. It basically encapsulates a lot of shooter-type games that are on the N64. It encapsulates the best of those types of games. So yeah, that's number 4. Okay, so first off, Super Mario 64. It is budget friendly, that's true. But do I think it's a game every beginner should need or get? No, I wouldn't even say this is a mandatory part of your N64 collection. It's fun enough, but the controls have really not aged well. The graphics definitely haven't aged well. The gameplay just hasn't aged that great, and I honestly am just not really a big fan of this game. I know that a lot of people really like it. I'd say it's definitely not a mandatory game. Conker's Bad Fur Day. I have recently started playing through this game for the first time ever. I recently just got it, and I'm very excited for it. I've heard a lot of good things about it. So I can't give a really, an opinion on the game or whatever because I haven't finished it yet. But this game is definitely something that I feel like people should get into their collection. I think it's definitely a mandatory game. However, it obviously cannot be on the budget-friendly, low-budget game list because, it's like a $60 or $80 game. So it wouldn't really be fair to have this on the list when it's so expensive. But at some point, I would definitely invest in a copy of this game. Super Smash Bros. Let's see if it wants to focus on it or not. It doesn't want to focus on it, but oh well. Super Smash Bros. Is definitely not the best in the series, but it also is the first in the series. And it plays really well. The controls have aged great. The graphics have actually aged better than you'd think. A lot of N64 graphics don't look that great today, but with this game, it's a lot more cartoony in nature than other N64 games, so it works a lot better. The graphics still hold up pretty good today. It's an awesome fighting game. It has a really fun single-player mode as well. And yeah, I mean, it's definitely something that you want to consider for your library. Now, like I said, this is the most expensive out of the list of 5 so far, but you can get it very cheap. Usually this goes for like $50 to $60 in a store, but a lot of people don't really value this game at $50 to $60, even though that's what stores sell it for. You can usually find them at yard sales for dirt cheap. You can find them on Let Go or OfferUp or even Craigslist, $20, $30 cheaper than, $50 or $60. So you can usually, even though it's one of the officially more expensive ones, you can definitely find it significantly lower than what it's worth. Alright, and there you have it, guys. That is my list of budget-friendly N64 games. If you have any comments or questions about the N64, leave them in the comment section below. And if you want to see more videos like this, I have lots of other systems, Game Boy, PS2, and television. Just to name a couple of things. I have a lot of different retro game systems. So yeah, any other lists or types of videos that you guys would like to see, just, leave it in the comment section or comment on my Instagram, which you're probably seeing this video from. Alright, and peace out.